Hey guys, this is your girl Nandi Mahlova and welcome to my YouTube channel. I'd like to first thank you all for joining me today. And if this is your very first time, I hope you have a great time. And I intend on making sure that I please you, and thank you for joining me. And if you are a returning viewer and a subscriber, thank you so much. I can't stress enough how grateful I am for your support. And please do go out there and share my link, and also press on that subscribe button so that you get to see more, and also turn on that notification so that you don't miss anything on this vlog channel. Well, it is so exciting. Let me not forget to first say happy holidays. I hope you are having a great time with your family and loved ones. And unfortunately, some of us have to work, and if you are one of those people that have to work, just know that we love you and we appreciate that you are working to protect us, or to love us, or to take care of us. You know, we are just so grateful for all of you. I know my sister is gonna be working even on Christmas Day. Well, their services are much needed on a daily basis, so she has to work. So we kind of like understand those people, and we love them for that. So today we have a very interesting topic. We're gonna be talking about self-love, and it's such a broad topic. However, I'm just gonna try and make it compact for us to just understand a few things about it. It might not include things that you expect me to actually include. However, it is from the point that I saw it, right? So, what is the self-love? I know for the longest of time, most of us think that, you know, when someone talks about self-love, it's all about the physical, how we look, how we flaunt our hips, how our body shape is, how we wear that hair, that makeup, you know, the latest this, the latest that, you know, how close we look to the women on the magazines, and so forth, and the list goes on and on and on. And it's not that it's wrong, absolutely not. However, that is just one fraction of the whole. You know, self-love is all about taking care of yourself. It's emotionally, mentally, spiritually, and obviously also taking care of our whole. Yeah, so self-love is all about taking care of our whole being. You know, you're not living anything out. So, you know what? I've realized something, that you could be the most beautiful looking person, all put together, makeup on point, hair on point, and you still get that some people still feel empty inside. Some people still feel like they are not worthy of being loved, because self-love goes beyond, as I said, beyond what we look like. You know, most of us, we tend to take a lot of time and we put it into taking care of our physical being, and we almost neglect one of the most important parts, and that's our mental being, our mind. We don't take care of our minds enough. We don't do things that support our mind. We don't do things that will make our mind actually do good and have good thoughts. So when everyone thinks about self-love, we think about going to the gym, eating well, and looking good on the outside. But nobody, like a lot of people, do not take care of the inside. And self-love is all about doing all of that and more, obviously. So if you are actually like feeling like you are alone in not loving yourself, or feeling down about how you look, or have insecurities, I'm here to tell you that, trust me, you are not alone. And it is kind of like okay to feel like that, because then you feel like, okay, you have something to improve, instead of just thinking that you all have it all you have it all together and everything is perfect, because then it would actually be almost narcissistic of you to think like that. However, it is important to have just a glimpse of wanting to improve ourselves, because remember, nobody is perfect. So we all have things to improve. However, I don't want you to actually dwell on the negative, because you know what? Self-hate is the opposite of self-love. You need to have like more of self-love than, in fact, you shouldn't have any self-hate. I don't see the importance of it. So like, I think that it is very important to know that self-love, it is so important. And I will tell you what is this whole self-love, and it is so also important to know that self-love is something that we learn from as little as toddlers because of our families, and you're gonna get to learn how. Now let's discuss a very, very important issue, and one of the most craziest and hardest thing to face for most of us. Let's talk about insecurities. Okay, so let's be honest, most women, especially women, because I'm a woman, I can best relate to a woman. We've all had insecurities of that woman looking cuter, that woman looking more beautiful, that woman being more intelligent, that woman having it all together. We all have all these crazy insecurities, and these things are all part of not knowing your worth, not knowing your value, not knowing how amazing you are yourself. Now, if you do not love yourself, you're going to spend your whole entire life comparing yourself to the world, comparing yourself to everyone, waiting for the world to validate you. You are going to spend your whole life being a slave to compliments and how other people feel about you. You are never going to take. Okay, so I'm back. So now I'm going to explain like really loving yourself, like whereby I just make it short so that everyone can understand it. I know a lot of people just don't like to be like listening to a person for a long time, so I try and make it short and sweet. So self-love is saying I love me, right? I love myself. I value myself. Like, I know my worth. I love myself independently of someone else loving me. That is what self-love is. Self-love is having a high regard of yourself. High value. Value yourself. Put yourself in that pedestal and say, I value myself. I'm not going to allow this. I'm not going to allow that. Now, this takes me back to a time where I thought I loved myself until I actually did one of the exercises that I read, and that was a long time ago, when I was still in a serious relationship with my ex-partner. And I thought I loved myself, but then I looked at it and I said, no, I actually love this man more than I love myself. I allow this man to get away with so much that satisfies him, but not me. Now, I'm not saying don't compromise in your relationships, because that will be so wrong. However, do not do things that will sell you short. Do not do things that you do not deserve. Do not do things to make your partner happy whilst it is taxing you so much. Do not allow yourself to be put in such situations or positions. It is okay to say no sometimes, and that is self-love, and that is self-care too, because if saying yes means that you are going to be saying yes to something that is not going to make you feel good, not going to make you feel comfortable, not going to make you feel happy, then why say yes to it? Why sacrifice for the next person where it's going to cost you your happiness? Remember, things can last a lifetime in our minds. Like, look at now, it's probably like 5 years later, but I'm still thinking about things that happened then. It's just that now I'm more able to to separate myself and put myself out of the situation, and so that I'm able to speak about it. However, some people might not have the capacity to actually do that. They might not be able to do that, separate themselves from the situation. So it is very important for you to know your value. It's important to know your worth. It is knowing to put yourself first, right? Intimate with who you are. And okay, I'm sadly have come to the end of this upload. So if you're asking yourself, so Nandi, where do I begin? Everything you've been speaking about, I hear it, I understand it, but I don't know where to start. Well, let me just say, number one, you probably have to start with yourself. Believe in yourself, understand that you are worthy, trust yourself, treat yourself as how you treat the next most important person in your life. Treat yourself with that and add a bit more, because it's you. And also try and be more confident in who you are, and that goes with all believing in yourself. And trust me, a lot of people will be drawn to you because they can see that you're oozing confidence. And then secondly, you have to try and spend quality time with yourself, do an introspection on you and what you love. Relearn who you are, with whether you still like that or you don't. Make the changes that needs to be made. You're not a tree, so you don't have to be stuck in one spot. You can move around and maneuver your stuff. Number 3 will be to face yourself, to fix yourself. It means that you have to take the good, the bad, and the ugly, and you make changes to whatever you do not like, and be honest about it. Because remember, if you're not honest about it, you're just only hurting yourself and not the next person. Then lastly, you honor yourself. Only you and God knows what lies beneath your soul, the deepest parts of your soul. Now honor that, be that, love that, and let others know that this is you and you love yourself. Now, loving yourself means a lot of things, but just don't forget, loving yourself, the most important part is love yourself mentally. It means taking care of yourself mentally, emotionally, physically, and every other way. So guys, I've come to the end of my upload. I'd like to say thank you very much. I love you guys for your support, and please press on that subscribe button. Have a great Christmas and a prosperous new year. I'm looking forward to 2020, and I'm sure you are too. So make those changes before 2020 starts. Make them become your New Year's resolutions or whatever the case might be. But do make the right choices for yourself, so that you give yourself the best life that you can give yourself. And it is so important to love ourselves. Besides, if you don't, then who will? So it all starts and ends with you. I love you guys. So if you do want to actually speak to me further, do contact me at nandimahlobo@gmail.com, or you can also DM me at Nandi-Mahlobo on Instagram. Thank you very much. I love you guys. Bye. Mwah, mwah, mwah.